welcome back to Everything Miniature, and today we're going to be customizing this, what would you call it, a wrestler kind of action figure they have. This one's called Riddle, and we're going to go ahead and turn him into Casey Jones, because look at the face, he looks just like a Casey Jones. So I bought him at TJ Maxx for I think like maybe $6. Alright, he's got some nice articulation, so he has 14 points of articulation of movement at the head, shoulder, elbow. He can rotate at the wrist, or I guess go back and forth. He can rotate at the upper hip, move at the thigh. He has like a double jointed knee, and then he can also rotate at the ankles, which is kind of cool. And so, he's pretty tall, so compared to my 6-inch Shredder, please don't knock him over again. He stands a little bit over 7 inches tall. I mean, just look at that face. He looks just like Casey Jones. So all we're gonna have to do is really just paint the hair black, because it's brown right now, and the eyebrows, and it's basically Casey Jones already. We're also gonna take some nail polish remover, and I'm gonna go ahead and remove that mushroom tattoo he has on him, and the excess black paints that I kind of like got all over him. Another thing I like to do is I like taking some matte Mod Podge, and I like kind of move it all over the hair, just spread it all over there, and the face where I painted it, and we'll kind of make it a nice shine and seal it. I'm also mixing in some brown paint with Mod Podge. I'm just going to take a toothpick and put up his nostrils so it kind of like darkens it and makes it look a little bit more realistic. Alright, for the pattern for his outfit, I did pants and a tank top, and keep in mind before I actually film me doing these, I do a lot of test runs, so I am sure that these guys will definitely fit now. So we're kind of going off like the 2003 Casey Jones. Alright, so I'm taking some red fabric, and then this is some blue fabric we just had from old t-shirts, and I'm just going to use my hair straightener and kind of flatten it out so there's absolutely no wrinkles. And then I'm just going to go ahead and trace the patterns twice on the fabric. Alright, so let's cut them out, leaving a seam allowance. And I also kind of drew like an extra tab at the top of the pants. And I'm just going to go ahead and fold over that and pin it down. And then just sew on that line on both patterns. And then I'm just going to go and take them, and I'm just going to put them good side to good side, making sure the good side's on the inside, and draw on the green lines. Now let's go and take that tank top, and I went ahead and I sewed around the whole tank top with both sides, and I'm just going to put them good side to good side like that. And I'm just going to sew on the green lines. Alright, now that those are done, I flipped them inside out. And so let's go and straighten them, make sure they're flatter, and then do the same thing with the pants. And then I'm just going to go and cut down the back side with my scissors just like that. And I'm going to place it on Casey Jones because I don't really want the tank top to be like removable. So we're just going to go ahead and do that, place it on him. Then let's go and see what the pants look like on him. They're a little bit baggy and big, but that's okay. I think it's kind of style I'm going for. So let's go and take my needle and thread, and I'm just going to go ahead and knot it to the top really quick. I'm just going to close it. So I'm doing is going through one side and then coming out the other, just like that. I'm going to go all the way down until you get to the end. Alright, now we can't leave Casey barefooted, so I have this like fingerboard set I got at Walmart that came with the shoes. Skateboard doesn't really fit them, but I'm pretty sure these shoes will, and I was correct, they fit perfectly. So I also have another pair. I have a pink pair, which I think we can also make roller skates for him. So we'll have a pair of shoes and then some skates. So let's go and take these guys off, and let's remove like this little insert they have right there, and let's go and cut off those extra little tabs so they're just more like flat-footed shoes. Alright, let's do the same thing with the other one. Alright, and so here's shoes. So I painted them all black, and then we're just going to add the details. So I'm doing some orange lines on it, and then I'm going to do some white for the laces and like the bottom of the shoe. For the ones I want to be the skates, I'm also just going to take some red, orange, and yellow paint, and I'm going to kind of make it look like flames on the sides, and I'll also add some white paint for the laces. Alright, so once those have dried, I also added some Mod Podge over them to seal them up. So here's how they came out. I think the flames look pretty darn cool on the sides. So now I'm just going to take some beads. You can usually find these at any craft store, and I think they're going to be a great size to look like wheels on the bottom of the skate. So I'm going to go and pick out some fun colors that I have here. And with hockey wheels, they could be like any color you want. They don't really have to be all the same color. Then I'm just going to go and glue 4 of them on the bottom, just like that. And then I'm also taking some super glue, and I'm just going to kind of make sure that they're completely secure. Then I'm going to go ahead and allow them to dry. And now that once they are dry, look how cool they look! So I got 2 green and blue wheels and 1 black wheel. Now we're also going to take like this really fun, like shiny paper, and we're going to cut a small piece of that, in which we're actually going to have to make that a lot smaller. So it's going to cut it to be pretty tiny. I don't exactly have the measurement for it, but you know, it's kind of more like trial and error right here. And I'm just going to glue that right on the wheels and then cut off the excess. And I'm going to cut another piece the same size and do it on the other side. And then do it for the other skate, and then the skates are pretty much done. Alright, so for Casey Jones' mask, which I'm really excited to do, so I made these on my Cricut. So I made some with the cutout eye holes, and then some with just the colored in eye holes. I made a bunch of different sizes, so here I'm just kind of sizing which one might fit his face the best. And I'm also going to take some black ribbon, take one of those ones. I'm using the ones with the cutout eye holes, so I got like more of like an angry looking mask, but it looks pretty chill. And we're just going to glue it on one side, and then we're going to wrap it around his head, trim off the excess, leaving a little bit more so we can kind of glue it back onto the mask, making a loop. And so it can come on and off, and you know, like how cool it looks. I got it just the size a little bit more, but anyways, I'm going to take a bamboo skewer and kind of cut it. Casey Jones said 6 inches long. And then I'm also taking a popsicle stick, cutting off one in the end, and then I'm going to go and take a nail file. And I'm just going to go ahead and sand down the edges, place the bamboo skewer at an angle, kind of cut the popsicle stick at an angle like that. So kind of go like that, draw it kind of where you want it. So we're trying to make a hockey stick, and then we're just going to take the excess and then glue it back onto the popsicle stick and cut off the excess. So it's more like a double layered popsicle stick. And let's go and try to round off the edge right there, cut off the corners. I'm going to take my nail file and I'm just going to file it smooth. Now let's go ahead and let's glue that piece right onto the bamboo skewer. You can see it now looks kind of like a hockey stick. So I'm going to take some hockey tape I have, and I'm just going to cut a piece of that. So we're going to cut that little guy in half, and then I'm going to take it and I'm just going to twist it so it's still sticky. And then we're just going to wrap it around the top of the hockey stick, kind of like how you would for a normal hockey stick. I'm going to wrap some more of that white tape and kind of cover it so it's not super sticky. Take some of that black tape and let's go ahead and cut that too. I'm going to go ahead and tape it around the stick, and then I am actually going to paint that black tape brown just so it stays there. And I'm also taking some more of that white tape and I'm going to put it on Casey and dry brush some brown paint on it just so it kind of looks like it's a worn out bandage. So here's how Casey actually turned out. So I'm actually very surprised with how the shoes fit, so they can come on and off. So the detailing on them is actually pretty cool. I'm very happy with how they came out. Come on, shoe. Alright. So here's what it looks like. It looks actually pretty cool. So it's got the orange detailing. It's got simple laces. I didn't want to go like overboard with the laces just because it's a miniature shoe. I mean, who's ever really gonna actually look at the shoe? I'm just gonna go and remove that other shoe. Or not, because we're gonna stare at it for a second. Let's go and see what the skates look like. Oh, and I also added a band-aid like up and under Casey's thigh, because I had a little bit of fun with the tape and just, you know, putting them everywhere. And so the the pants are supposed to be a little bit baggy. They could be a little bit more tight in the back, but that's okay. So I also added it onto his arm right there too. And his tank top actually came out pretty cool. And so I left the edges like a little bit raw, so I can actually kind of like frame and make it look more like a worn out tank top. And we already saw his face. His hair actually is perfect for Casey Jones. So I ended up painting the stick brown, and then the tape we did before brown, and I added some thinner tape and kind of made it look kind of like a good old wood hockey stick, and add some more detailing to it. So you can kind of do it however you like. That's just how I did it. And also painted it brown. I put Casey Jones back there because my camera would not focus with the Casey in the background and then showing the stick with all of its details. So let's go and put them back there. Alright, so now let's go and look at his skates, how those came out. I think they came out super duper cool. I really like using the beads for the wheels. Like, they actually look like great wheels, and so they dried actually pretty nice. And I'm actually very happy with how they came out. They fit on him very nicely. Now let's test out, does he actually stand? Yes, he actually does, so that makes it very, very easy whenever filming with him and doing other things. So he can actually stand. That's awesome. Alright, so I'm very excited about that. I have a little bit of fun of playing around with him.